Remember when you can buy an entire house for about 30 grand? Well, I was a little young, I don't remember, but man, those must have been the good old days. There was a time in America when middle class Americans could buy a house, have it paid off in just a few years. But now existing home prices have soared into the stratosphere and lumber prices are making it ridiculously expensive to build new homes. Skyrocketing lumber prices have driven up the average price of a new home in the United States by an astonishing $36,000 over the past 12 months alone. This is absolutely insane. But everyone agrees that even more inflation is unfortunately on the way. National media is talking about it now. Politicians are talking about it. Why? They can't avoid it. Of course, it isn't just lumber prices that are going crazy. In California, the price of gasoline has skyrocketed to the moon over the last 3 months. It's fluctuated. Gas prices continue to increase in and around Southern California, and that appears to be a similar trend nationwide where other states were seeing an increase as well. I mean, in and around Southern California, the average price of regular gas you saw as high as $4.99 and premium almost $6 a gallon. So get ready to go back. We're being told one of the reasons why the price of gasoline is spiking is due to the lack of tank truck drivers. According to the National Tank Truck Driver Carriers Trade Group, up to 25% of trucks are parked around the country because there's not enough qualified tank truck drivers. The number is up 15% from the beginning of last summer. The demand for drivers took a hit when the pandemic-induced lockdowns triggered steep declines in the gasoline market and drivers opted for other jobs. However, the return to pre-pandemic numbers has been further undermined by unemployment benefits and those wonderful stimulus checks keeping people away from jumping back into the market. We'll just stay home, sleep on the couch. Who do we have to thank for that? We can thank our politicians in Washington for this mess, and hopefully the driver shortage will just be temporary. But if you think that the price of gasoline is bad now, just wait until what? Just wait until the big war in the Middle East officially starts. We're due for one of those. On Monday, the price of lumber continued to escalate dramatically. According to the Wall Street Journal, lumber futures are now more than 4 times the typical price this time of the year. Crazy. Lumber futures roughly $1,575.60 per thousand board feet, a record and more than 4 times the typical price this time of the year. But don't worry, because the Federal Reserve insists that everything's under control. It'd be okay. Just relax. Hopefully, they're on top of things because we are rapidly getting into crisis territory, ladies and gentlemen. Skyrocketing lumber prices that have tripled over the past 12 months have driven the average price of a single-family home to an exact number of $35,872, according to the National Association of Home Builders, the NAHB, with the price spike threatening to hobble the momentum of the U.S. housing market, one of the bright stars of the recovery from the pandemic recession. So, thanks to completely and utterly insane policies of our leaders, high inflation is here to stay, folks. It's here to stay, and it's going to be exceedingly painful. Even Warren Buffett is weighing in and acknowledging that inflation is starting to become a major problem. He was asked in an interview if he's seen inflation, and he said, "Let me answer that. With this, we're seeing very substantial inflation. It's very interesting." Oh, it's interesting, Warren. Really. I mean, we're raising prices. People are raising prices on us. It's just being accepted. Take home building. I mean, the cost of, we got 9 home builders in addition to our manufactured housing operation. He's got a lot going on, which is the largest in the country. So we're really doing a lot of housing. The costs are just up and up. Steel costs are up. Everything's going up. Well, he said flooding the system with trillions of dollars was really, really maybe a bad idea. But those that control the levers of power did it anyway. Now we're here, we're chasing all these dollars, fewer goods and services, driving prices up, causing widespread shortages. He got a bailout, The following comes, we got an article from the Wall Street Journal, and they've commented on this, and they have some interesting takes. Consumers are splurging on cars and furniture and facing extended waits for delivery. Restaurants and gyms are reopening and struggling to find workers. Factories and home builders are trying to ramp up, but there's a shortage. There's a shortage of semiconductors and raw materials. Our leaders are promising that, hey, the shortages are just temporary. And they are also promising that the price spikes are just temporary too. Really. You know, if everything that they are saying is true, everything will go back to normal eventually. Do you believe them? Are we going back to normal? Folks, things will never be normal again. You know, in Venezuela today, just about everyone is a millionaire, but just about everyone is also living in poverty because the currency is essentially worthless. You know, for years, pundits have been warning about the death of the dollar, but now our leaders are determined to murder our currencies as rapidly as they can. I wish I could say that there is a quick and easy fix to this mess, but the truth is there is no going back. The Federal Reserve has got to keep pumping more money into the financial system, or the stock market will crash, and the federal government is going to continue borrowing and spending trillions of dollars that we do not currently have in a desperate attempt to keep the population happy. You know, this could have a very bad ending for the country and the world. What is the end result? Come on down. Price is Right. You're the winner on The Price is Right. Bring in the digital currency. You know, China's testing for digital currency. The Federal Reserve and the powers to be in the United States are watching what's going on with Bitcoin and all these digital currencies very closely. They could turn it off. They could create their own. And this is being tested. We cannot continue this dramatic spending that we're doing and printing and giving away money. PPP money, I know many people that have gotten PPP money that have bought cars and gotten forgivable loans. In the second round, they seem to have done a better job in really tracking from an analytics standpoint. But a lot of people got money. They didn't have to pay it back. And when you flood the market with that many dollars, what's going to happen? You're going to get the start of inflation, and it started. So, you know, the Federal Reserve said everything's going to be all right. We'll see. We'll see. But I got a river to sell you, if you believe that. So take care. Be creative.